So we were discussing methods, right, yesterday? We had discussed methods yesterday, and I hope so. This was the last example which I had discussed yesterday. Shall we see some more examples in methods? Your further topics of methods. Can we see them? Yes or no? I want response from you people. Are you guys sleeping? Or are you watching any serials? Kept the recording, so kept the session on, chatting with people or scrolling Insta. People, are you alive in the session? Just a minute. Okay, sorry. It was my internet issue. Okay, okay. Methods with no arguments. Methods. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry. From my side, sorry. It was my internet issue. Okay. So we shall go forward towards the next example. Okay. The next example. It is one of the simplest programs in Java. So let me open my notepad. Okay. Okay. So here, as a example for your methods, so I will discuss something about factorial. Okay. So whenever I say 4 factorial, I know that, I know right. So whenever I say 4 factorial, it is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. Everyone agrees with this? It can be 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 or 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. So everyone agrees with this process? Everyone agrees with this process? Yeah. So, and what will be my end result? What will be my end result? So your end result here, what happens? Here, what happens? So first 1 into 2 happens. 1 into 2 will be there, which will give you the answer of 2. Next, 2 into 3, which will give you the answer of 2 3s are 6. And next, 6 into 4, which yields you the result of 24. So everyone agrees with this? Everyone agrees with this process? Okay, 1 second. Yeah, yes, my chat is not getting updated. I don't know why. ಕೊಡ್ತಿದೆ chat. Okay. Okay. So this is a process where we do find the factorial, right? So here, what happens? So if I want to convert this into a programmatic logic, okay, if I want to convert this into a programmatic logic, so can we say that this number is your final answer? This number is your final answer. 24 is your final answer. Just a minute. Let me check. Yeah. So let me share my screen. So, so yes, this is our final answer. Sir, how to convert this logic into programming? So, what type of result it is giving you at the end of your process? Either it can be your 4 factorial, 5 factorial, 10 factorial. What data type can we relate this number to? Or what data type we can relate this answer to? What data type we can relate that to? So this particular answer 24, whatever we have, in which data type I can store, ma? Which data type is recommended? Why this chat isn't getting updated? Okay. Uh, there is a chat option. Yeah. So, am I audible to all? First of all, am I audible to all? Can you guys listen to my voice? Guys, please do respond. Am I audible? Is my screen visible? Mm, where is this? Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, I can see your chats also. It is visible to me. So yeah, in which data type container or in which variable we can store 24? In which data type I can store this 24, or in which kind of data I can store? So this can be stored in integer, as it is a very small number. Can we store it in integer? Yeah. So here, what I will do, as the multiplication process is continuous, as this multiplication process is continuous, can we use a loop for this? Can we use a loop for this? Can we use a loop? So, what kind of loop is better to use? Out of the loops, three loops, so which one is easy to trace? Yeah. So here, if I want to do it in the for loop, okay. So first, what I will do, I will say m3.java. So here I will say int n is equals to 4. I will have it, and I will say factorial is equals to 1. So this is initialized to 1 because as it is a multiplication process. So whenever if you want to multiply the value and if you want to store, it is better to have 1, or else your answer will be always 0. Okay. So as this is a multiplication process, I am going with 1 over here. So here the simplest for loop, int I is equals to int I will start it with 1. So I will be less than or equals to n. And as it is a forward gear, I will say I plus plus. So here I will say factorial is equals to factorial into I. Can I write like this? Can we write like this? Factorial is equals to factorial into I. So what happens? Yeah. So can I combine this equation into a small assignment operator, compound assignment operator? So this can be again rewritten into factorial into equals I. Can we combine this into a compound assignment operator with the use of compound assignment operator instead of writing a long equation? So finally what we can do. So here what I will do. So I will print the values. Where is my? So here I will say n factorial, ಯಾಕಣ? N factorial is equals to n factorial is equals to factorial. So, so this will be your program. So m3.java. So if I want to trace this in the form of, so if I need to trace it, so here, how many dabbas will be created? How many dabbas will be created here first in this line? One is a n dabba, which is having 4, and another dabba, which is factorial, which is having 1 inside that. Yes or no? So two boxes are created. So here I have I, which is having the value 1. So what is my condition? I should be less than or equals to n. So if I substitute for this, so my I value is 1, less than or equals to n value is 4. Is this true or false? Is this true or false? Yeah. So as this is true, what happens? It comes to this part. It comes to this part of your program. So here I will say factorial is equals to, inside factorial I have 1. So 1 into 1 will be there. So my value will not change. My value will not change. So it will be 1 itself. So next I value gets increased to 2. So here 2 less than or equals to 4. So the answer is true. So here fact is equals to 2 into, sorry, factor is equals to 1 into 2. So your factor value gets changed to 2. So again after this I value gets increased to 3. So here what happens? 3 less than or equals to 4. So as the value is true, so factorial will be, so here inside factorial I have 2, inside I value I have 3. So your factorial value gets changed to 6. So your factorial value gets changed to 6. So after this, 4 less than or equals to 4, the condition is true. So here fact is equals to, so here I have 6. So 6 into 4, your value becomes 24. So it became 24. After this, I value is 5. 5 less than or equals to 4. So the answer is false. So the loop gets terminated. So whenever I print inside n value, I have 4. 4 factorial is equals to, inside factorial, I have 24. So this will be your output. So understood this tracing? Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it in any loop you need. Okay. So, so if I try to execute this buddy, Java C m3 dot Java, Java m3. See, are we getting our expected output? Are we getting our expected output? Yeah. So now let us upgrade the program. Okay. So I have dumped my logic. I have dumped my logic into a main method. So can I extract these lines of code and transfer it to a separate method? Can we do that? Yeah. So here what I will do. Here what I will do. Here I will say factorial 1. So here your access modifier is public, your modifier is static, your return type is void. I will say fact. So what is the thing? Int I is equals to, oh, sorry, not I. Int n is equals to 5. Factorial is equals to 1. So next you have a for loop where int I is equals to 1. I is equals to 1. I should be less than or equals to n. So I plus plus plus. So here I will say factorial into equals I. So next after this, directly I can use the print statement. So factorial factorial 1 dot Java. So Java C factorial 1 dot Java factorial 1. Oh shit, I haven't called it. So your method always gets executed only when you call them. See, are we getting our output? So any doubt in your factorial program? Any doubt in your factorial program? So so if you have understood this very beautifully, I will go to the next concept. Okay, I'll go to the next concept. So it is a pretty easy concept. Okay, so here whenever I am calling a method, whenever I'm calling a method, Whenever I'm calling a method, are we passing any data to the method? Are we passing any data to the method? Is my method receiving any data? No, right? Only the control is transferred here. Only the control is transferred. Yes or no? Only your control is transferred. So how to pass the data? So shall we see that? So first I will go with a very basic program. So next we will see that example for a factorial program. Can we do that? Can we do that? Okay. So here slowly we will go to advanced types. So I will say para 1. Okay. So here I will say public static void add. So how many data is required? How much data is required to add? How many numbers we should have? Minimum numbers to add number. Sorry, to perform the addition operation. How many numbers are required? Two numbers are required. So here I will say int num1 comma int num1 comma int num2. Okay, int num1 comma int num2. So these parameters we call it as formal arguments. These parameters, what do we call it as? We call it as formal arguments. So directly what I can say, int result is equals to num1 plus num2. Okay. I can directly say int num1 plus num2. Okay. So here, what I will say, okay, let's use a print statement. Let's use a print statement. So here, what I will say, num1. So here I will say num2. So here I will say sum of num1 and, and I say and num2 is a result. Okay. So this is your program. So I will say para1 dot java. Okay. So so shall we see how this method is working? Shall we see how this method works? So chat, oh, this way this is not getting updated. That is not getting updated. Okay. So here I don't need this. So I'll directly say add. I'll directly say add. So let's go to Java C, Java C, para1 dot Java. So, so Your program suddenly threw a error. Can you guys see the error? Can you guys see the error? So what is your error saying? See here, method add in class parameter 1 cannot be applied to the given type. So which type you cannot add? So if for which type you cannot execute for this called method type. So what is required? What it is saying? Sir, I need two values. I need two values which are of two integer data. But what is found, sir? What is found, sir? There are no arguments, sir. Sir, you promised me that while you call the method, you have to pass two arguments, which are of integer data type. Which are of which data type? Integer data type. But sir, you are not at all passing anything. There is nothing found. So that is why it is saying actual and formal argument. Lists differ in length. So whenever your method is ayyo, whenever your method is demanding data, you have to pass the data. You have to pass the particular type of data. Okay. So now let us see. See, now we don't have any issues because what you asked and what method was asking and what you have passed, both are matching. Understood? Understood. Okay. So if I want to explain regarding this, if I want to explain the tracing for this, so here I'll paste it. I'll make it as 18. So here, what has happened? What has happened in this line? In this line piece of code, we have created how many doubles? We have created how many doubles? So there are two dabbas. There are two dabbas. Yakwana. So there are two dabbas basically. So what are the dabba names? One is num1. Here, so here I say num1. Here I say num2. So why I so here I say num1. Here I say num2. Okay. So whenever you're calling this add method, in the first number place, 10 gets substituted. In the num2 place, 20 gets substituted. So that is why in this equation, 10 plus 20 will be there. And inside your box of result, 30 is stored. Inside your box, 30 gets stored. Understood? Understood the tracing? Understood the tracing? Understood the program? So, so, and sir, what type of data I can pass, sir? What type of data I can pass? So, it is not only your regular data. So you can also use the principles of your what is that typecasting. So here I will say 55.23. So I will first typecast it to integer type and comma, I will say 30. So now observe what happens. Shit, sorry. ಆತರ. So, see, 55.23. So, this numbers, first it is converted to integer part, and then 55 is passed to num1. Understood? Understood? So you can typecast your values and pass them. You can pass them. Sir, is there any other way? You can also pass. You can also pass. So here what I will say, 10 plus 20, comma 50 by 2. You can also pass equations. You can also pass equations. See here, the equation will be solved first, and then the value will be passed. So this 10 plus 20 has become 30 here. See here, the first number is 30. And whenever we are using 50 by 2, so 50 by 2, as we are using the division operator, it gives the quotient. So that is why you are getting 25. Understood the different varieties of passing the values? Understood the different types of passing the values? So directly you can either pass the value, you can typecast the value and pass it, and also you can pass the value with equations. Any doubts? Anyone has any questions? Anyone has any questions? So shall we convert our factorial program? Shall we convert our factorial program as a parameterized program? Shall we convert our factorial program as a parameterized program? Okay. So if I want to do this, if I want to do this thing, so I will say Control A, Control C, Control N, Control V, Control S. So I will say factorial 2 dot Java. So here, how much data, how many numbers I have to pass as a data? How many numbers I have to pass? How many numbers are required as a sample data? Only one number, only one number. So here, so for that, what I will do, I will pass 5 over here. So I will have only one. So instead of there, you can have it in your program itself. So now let us observe. Now let us observe. See, are you getting your required output? Are you getting your required output? See, there is nothing complicated over here. Instead of having the input number in the method, I am passing the value from the called method. So sorry, from the calling method. So understood the parameters. So it is based on the requirement. Okay, it is based on the required. It is based on the purpose for what you are. It is based on the purpose for what you are writing the program. Understood? Understood. No argument method and parameterized method. Okay. Okay. If you have understood this very good, if you have understood this in a very beautiful manner, I want you guys to do one assignment today. I want you guys to do one assignment today. Will you guys do the assignment? Will you guys do the assignment? Okay, your assignment will be, we have discussed to check if a number is even or odd using your if else statement. We have also learned how to find out largest of two numbers and also largest of three numbers. Okay. So using the knowledge of all these things, I first what I want you guys to do is first design a no argument method like this. Okay. First design a no argument method like this. For what? For your odd and even, for greatest of two numbers and greatest of three numbers. Once you are successfully able to create a no argument method for these three purposes, for these three programs, then create a parameterized method like this. Create a simple parameterized method like this. So easy to do, easy to do. Anyway, do this. I think so. This is not at all complicated. I think so. It is not at all complicated, which you guys already know how to do it. Okay, fine. So I will stop the explanation for the day. I will stop the explanation for the day here itself. Okay. And I will also post your assignment program in the group that is in the Google Classroom. Okay. So try the programs and let me know if you're unable to execute the program. Okay. Okay, buddies. Okay, fine. So this was your simple concept for the day. Tomorrow we will see. Tomorrow we will see about return statement. Okay, the last part of your methods using return statement. Okay, and let's end the methods for tomorrow.